All right, everybody, hello, and welcome back to the FiredHoplite stream channel, however you're viewing this. So, Marathon, final thoughts after the server slam. I think Bungie's got a game here. I think they've got something that they can build on and that it will make them money. I do not think it is a huge hit. It is definitely not Game of the Year. I don't think it's going to dethrone Arc Raiders. Not in its launch anyway. Maybe over time it could. I don't think so though. What we're looking at here is a pretty specialized, high skill, intense extraction shooter. This one's not really for the buddies or the players that just want to have a casual time, cooperate with each other like you sometimes see in Arc Raiders. This is going to be a much more hardcore game. As far as the game itself goes, I don't have a big problem with the UI. You're going to see that come up a lot. I think the gunplay is pretty good. I don't think the character models are very great, even though I do like the art style overall. It's mid. It's a 6 or a 7. And from Bungie, that's going to count as a loss. That's not going to count as a good enough. And what everybody's going to judge this about is if they could have had Destiny 3, which might have been a throwback to a game where you've got a single-player campaign, solid PvP, and a character that people are going to care about. Most people would tell you they would have preferred that to this. What I actually think Marathon is the stopgap in between Bungie either launching their new IP that will be their masterpiece and what they go all in on, or Destiny 3. I actually hope they do a brand new IP, give people what they want. What the new trend is going to be moving forward is definitely single player campaigns, single player focused games, and if you can deliver rock solid first person shooter, 8-on-8, 10-on-10, 12-on-12, 4-on-4, widest variety of game modes you can at launch, that's going to be your next monster game. It's not going to be an extraction shooter made for the sweats, and that's what Marathon is. So, Bungie didn't miss. This is not a High Guard, this is not a Conquered, but this is not going to be a smash hit either. So this is a niche game that might generate Bungie a good amount of money for whatever their next project is. I really hope they did not go all in on this. I really hope this was not a big budget game for them. I'm hoping their budget was under 100 million and that they're looking at, 5 million copies sold, or 4 million copies sold at $40, and then the money that's spent on microtransactions or whatever after that. If they get that, they'll be happy. And this game, they're probably looking to support this game 4 years, probably until the PS6 comes out, and then they're going to launch whatever they've got. So that's pretty much it. Overall, I think the game is fine. I don't think it's like I said before, it's not a smash hit. There's not a ton to bite into. It's obviously just the server slam, but I don't think there's a single player component to this game. So what you're looking at is what you get basically, except there'll be different maps. I don't think there's going to be any different game modes. So that's the problem with extraction shooters, is you can't really do other game modes. The game mode is extraction. If they added a straight up PvP to this, which maybe they will in the future, I think that's the way they need to go. They need to almost add a story mode, and they need to add PvP to this, and then you have the extraction shooter as part of that game. But, that's not what this is. So, I think if people thought that's what it was going to be, they're going to be disappointed. If people were expecting this, then, they'll be happy. And I think you'll see streamers and competitive players will definitely gravitate more towards this game than, say, Arc Raiders. Or Helldivers, too. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. That's the review. So now we'll play a run. Nice little send off before it all ends tonight. So I think what you're going to end up with is probably a pretty divisive social media. It's gotten kind of nasty already, but that's mostly from people who are anti-Bungie for whatever reason. And then I think there's people out there in the gaming space, gaming conversation. They're not even anti the take, they're anti the people giving the take. And so they almost take the opposite stance out of frustration or anger, but it just makes it look even worse.
Backup systems primed for your exfil.
Because
or demise.
Then you're just like, okay, who cares? You know, or like neither one of you are being rational, and I can't have an intelligent debate about the game. So why would I keep talking to you? Oh, I didn't realize there was a guy up there. Hey, what's in this building? I feel like I've been here before, but like, it's hard to say because I do like Arc Raiders, but it's not really my cup of tea either. But would I be? See, this is where last night I was a no on this over Arc Raiders, but maybe, I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm playing this, maybe I would play this over Arc Raiders long term. But again, it's like, I don't know. This is gonna be a grind. I kind of left that out of my opening. Only because that's an assumption I'm making. You know, maybe they tweaked the XP, and the Rook thing seems to be interesting, where it's, if you just want to... I have to read it more carefully, but the Rook loadout is basically, if you're just going to run as fast as possible and you don't want to risk losing anything, they put in the Rook so that, okay, you actually gain XP at a higher rate, you just can't bring anything into the game. I actually think that's pretty smart. That's like an interesting twist to put in this, like an extraction shooter where there's heroes. That to me, I guess, is what this was a hero extraction shooter, and I don't know if there's a ton of those out there. I guess that was their, like, oh, here we go, here's like the twist. Like, what are we doing different than other extraction shooters? Well, it's like, you know, you have a loadout, but you also are controlling a shell or a hero. And like, okay, I can see where that would be interesting. But I still think what they should have done, had they been projecting correctly, oh, I wandered into all of them. Yeah. Had they projected correctly, they would have given a huge first-person campaign, PvP mode, traditional PvP, Halo-esque, if I may be so bold as to say that, and then the extraction maps on top of it. If you did that, I think people would be a lot more excited for this game. But the fact that this is just the straight extraction shooter, and the PvP only happens within the extraction maps, I think that was a mistake. And then I don't know if they've got some weird agreements with 343 or whatever. Hack terminal intersection complex or bioresearch. I gotta change the map, I think. Prepare. Okay. Dire Marsh. So, yeah, it's just people would have preferred, I think, a more traditional Bungie offering. And like, even Destiny focused on the PvP, but at least you had the campaign. Now, the campaign wasn't good, and the Peter Dinklage thing still makes me laugh to this day, because he dogged his voice acting lines so hard. I can't even remember ever playing a game like that where it was that noticeable, that bad and that noticeable. It was crazy. Destiny 1, Peter Dinklage's original voice work, if you know, you know. That was like the craziest, worst voice acting I've ever heard in my life. I mean, I would love, that would be my interview question to Peter Dinklage. Be like, what were you going for? And why were you drunk when you recorded those lines? It was just brutal. Alright, what am I doing? Biohouse. I'm in maintenance. How do you check your... No. Hack terminal at intersection complex or bio research. Intersection. Okay, whoa. In a single run, I have to do all three of these things. Oh, shoot. Okay, different map. First time in a new map. This is our biome. I'm stuck outside the fence. I hope not permanently. Whoa. Alright, see, like, already this is like, this again, this could just be an issue with, like, the server slammer. Some people will mention, too, I should have said in the sound design is not great in this either, which is, you know, for a regular shooter, you might be like, oh, whatever, but I can see why. I've seen a lot of people who are more critical of that technical aspect of this game more than anything. They're like, I can just... I hear everything sounds like it's right next to you. So there's no way to tell if an enemy is close or not. And that is bad. I have no idea how you even correct that. Like, something like when you say art, you're like, oh, you know, I understand how they make that. Sound design from like the, oh, how do you get like the distance sound right? Like the fact that there's calculations in that blows my mind. Like, oh, well, if in the game we've mapped it to be 50 meters away, then put the sound at 45% unless there's rain happening. Like the coding behind it is so interesting to me. Where it's like, oh, if X, Y, and Z are happening, then the sound is this. What is happening? Yeah, like where's... Okay, I'm at an intersection, so I need to find a terminal. Okay. See, like right now I can hear this guy. Where the hell is he? Alright, we're looking for a terminal. Terminal. Heads back outside. Hello, Folio. On a roll. Yes, excellent. Drone resin. Sounds delicious. Ooh. Nice, 40 buccarinis. How much silk you got? Oh, is that the ammo right there? Let's see. Okay, yeah, nice. I had way more than I thought, so I didn't need to reload, but that's okay. Oh, I hear you. What? Wait, where did it go? Oh boy. Okay. Hack a terminal, hack a terminal. Oop. Definitely upstairs. What is this? This is the health. Okay. Can't believe I got out of there in time. There's a dead guy up there too, though. Oh no. Unbelievable. This thing was dead. Oh, that's so annoying. That would have been a ton of good loot, too, because it was a dead runner. Ugh. Annoying. I should have my other gun out. My other gun, I think, would have killed him faster. Tough. Ugh. Hate it. Yeah, but this game is fun. You know, that's what I mean. Like, they didn't miss. Now, what I did say probably is still true. I don't think I'm going to buy this game. But I'll be honest with you. After playing it, I'm kind of like, you know what? Meh. Like, there's worse games out there. But no, I probably wouldn't buy this just because there's Helldivers 2 to play. There's going to be Crimson Desert, which I think is just going to own everything. And there's Arc Raiders. Now, the more I'm playing this, though, I'll be honest, it is a toss-up. I think this type, the first-person shooter, appeals to me a little bit more. But I don't know, Arc Raiders is so much more chill, and I think like the community is funnier. I do think this is just going to be like a very kind of low. I think like I would play it solo runs only. Because then it's almost like you're just fighting other bots. There's just some that are So I guess it's an interesting way of looking at it, because it doesn't seem like anybody talks on proximity gen if you're doing solo runs anyway. Like, who cares? You're running into 5 other guys. I wonder if I really hope that didn't factor into Bungie's decision. It's like, did they not do PvP because they didn't want to deal with the chat rooms? That's like so funny to think about that, because the meme, of course, is like, oh, I was in the Call of Duty lobbies. You know, it's like, oh, the most hardcore. I was there. It was fine. It was funny. Everybody acts like, well, everything was flying all the time, like slurs and everything. No, it wasn't. Most of the time, you're just playing the game. Like, yeah, you get a dink every now and again, but it was nothing like crazy. Like, everybody, sometimes, man, people, millennials, talk about things like they went through Vietnam, and it's like, you stubbed your toe when you were 19, you're okay. And I'm one of them, so. But, I mean, the Call of Duty lobbies, the meme exists for a reason, too, obviously. So, I hope that's not a factor. I think it is. That's what's so sad about it. Like, you just need to have, like, a game like Holdfast. Holdfast, like, just doesn't care. I mean, they care, nominally. But they're not, like, heavy-handed super policing it. And yeah, it does get silly and bad sometimes. But you'd rather have that than the opposite, which is what Marathon is, where nobody talks. And then, you know, a game like this where it's teams of 3 or solo, it's not that big of a deal. But if you were going to if they were ever going to introduce a solid PvP only mode with PvP maps, runners only, they'd have to be able to do like 12 on 12 fights. Like, that's what I would want. I loved big team battle. Loved it. 8 on 8 was the best. And it's how you could farm stats, too. What is that? Is that an enemy? They gotta fix that. It's like picking something up as X or square, depending. That's just inconsistent. I don't know why they did that. That's a complaint, but that's like an easy fix. That's probably something that you can fix in the key bindings. So, that's a minor deal. Alright, get some weather effects. Yeah, rain doesn't look great. It's a PS5, so it probably looks better on some PCs, but still. Like, the rain in Arc Raiders looks better. I'll say that for sure. Nothing to do up here. Oh. See, like, it's drop in the folios. It should be drop is square for some reason. And it should, and then you just have to hit X to pick it up. I don't know. It's like, it's weird. I don't know who designed that. That's like where I'd be like, okay, that's my most worrying sign. That. Do you hear that? You just pop a shot at me? Complex. Okay, go this way. Need to find a hack terminal. Oh. Yeah, see, like little things like this. Like, that's not great. And that's where you're like, that has nothing to do with the server slam. You know, here I am in my hyper futuristic. You see what I mean? Like, this is. Now, this is me nitpicking, obviously. But I don't know. Does that give you a ton of confidence? Because it's like it's a minor issue, but if they're too busy catching bigger issues where they didn't catch that, that makes you worry about the game. But you know, I still think it's gonna sell. Hmm. Let's see if I can get this guy. This guy's gonna be so mad. Alright, I ran in there. Wait. to find this terminal. Ooh. Nice.
15 minutes until signal loss.
Yeah. So where am I? Does this have a terminal? Locked room, decon, treasure. Treasure? Where's the treasure? A1. So you're saying it's in here? This is just complex. Yeah. Hacking the terminal. Terminal to hack, terminal to hack. Anybody? Anybody? No? Oh, what does this mean? It's upstairs. That's the terminal. Okay. So I need to find a way up. Son of a gun. I think it was out here, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Terminal. Exfil's out there. This is it. In a single run. Acquire the shipping manifest from the UNC commander. What does that mean? Lockdown? Oh. Okay. Oh, interesting. So it does show you where to go once you're close enough, I guess? Oh, shit. Alright, so I need to try to get these guys now. Oh. Don't have enough. Maybe I do. I heard somebody else making noise. I just went deadly quiet there. I was very concentrated. Nothing. Whoop. Whoop. I only got one, I think. That's the worst part of that whole thing. Oh, shouldn't say that. Not good. I don't know what that was. A mine?
You have 10 minutes to exfil.
Yeah, I know. I guess I try my superpower here, right? I still don't really know how this works. Yeah. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I went for it, though. Can't back out. So you gotta scan the terminal. Kill that boss. Scan a thing. This guy's still alive. Ooh, battle rifle. See, I don't even know about this, like, what is this over the shoulder? What is this? You know? Ugh. I'm smoking these. Yeah, I know. Didn't need to get them all. Yeah, I think I'm good. But yeah, guys, so thank you for joining the marathon coverage. I might even edit these together and put up I need to get a YouTube video going, or I need to start figuring out how to edit and post YouTube videos instead of just streaming too. So I think a marathon SummerSlam Server Slam review will be a good one to start on, because I'm sure everybody tomorrow is going to be giving their takes and playtime. So yeah, I think I played about 3.5 hours, so not a ton, but I think enough to understand where it's going and what the potential is. So I'll talk to you guys later, and you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Peace.